scary. I don't know if I've ever gone on camera without makeup because I don't know if a lot of you know, but growing up, I had perfect skin, probably never had a pimple in my whole entire life. Hey, Tasha. And I think in my 30s, I was engaged and went through a bad breakup, and hormones and stress, I developed adult acne and struggled with my skin for a couple years, and had to stop using everything for what was going on. I didn't know. I thought I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on with my skin? I've never had a bump in my life, and all of a sudden. So sometimes your skin goes through things and you have to cut everything out and then start adding back in. But what I want to go over tonight is about makeup application and how to apply it. And I thought the best way was to do my makeup for you guys. Everybody cool? Everyone ready for my demonstration? Okay, here it goes. So how are you going to apply makeup like a pro? So tonight, we all have makeup bags probably that our cabinets are full of products. I love this bag. I keep one at my boyfriend's house. Maybe I have a couple. No, I'm just kidding. At my boyfriend's house and one at my house. I need my products everywhere I go. So if you have a lot of beauty products, however, most of us are unaware of like how to use all the products. When a lot of my customers buy products, they're like, how do I use all that? So I want to give you the true application of what things where it should go, and I kind of put it in order in my roll-up bag so I wouldn't get confused. I'm not as blonde tonight. I kind of went darker. Sometimes in the summer I get way too blonde. I'm like, I need dimension. I don't need all that blonde. It washes me out sometimes. So my boyfriend yesterday was like, oh, I feel like I have a whole new girlfriend. You look brunette. So it'll wash out in a couple days. You know, you tone your hair and then it's different the next day after you wash it. So my goal tonight is to give you an application that whatever the occasion is, you feel confident in your makeup game and it's strong, and you are wearing your makeup correctly. Does that sound good? Okay, I'm going to switch out my notes so I stay on track and everybody gets to experience this. So how you apply. So what I'm going to go over is how to apply your face correctly step by step in that order. So what I'm going to go through is preparing your skin. So I have on I did put on the toning corrector tonight because I do have some sunspots that I'm working on. Having more of an even complexion. I did put on the lifting serum. So my next step is actually to use a primer or a primer first. So you want to prepare your skin. If your skincare game is not on point, then your makeup game, I remember, not to call anybody out, but modeling for a cosmetic company, and look at those girls' makeup were amazing, but their skin was awful. So you want to get your skincare on point. I'd rather you buy skincare than makeup. I want to teach you how to actually apply your makeup so it looks flawless. So preparing your skin, applying your foundation and concealer, highlight your eyes, and giving contour to your cheeks. And then it's time to perfect a perfect pouty lip. Does that sound good? So preparing your skin is first. Preparing your skin for your makeup is a must. So applying primer. My issue, I love this primer. I wore it for years. As I got older, I developed an allergy to SPF, and sometimes we do that. So I can put this on, but I end up having small little bumps everywhere on my face. So it is something I can't use all the time. If I have a special occasion, I will use primer. All day events, because I know usually if I wear it once or twice, it's not an issue, but if I wear it all the time is where my issue comes. But if you don't have any allergies to SPF, you need a primer every single day. This product's $20. A little bit goes a long way. It's satin, but it really preps your skin for what you need. So your makeup, I've heard a lot of women talk about, my makeup's wearing off on my mask, or I'm having transfer. you have to prep your skin and prime your skin before you apply makeup to have the best results. So prepping is, so instead of using this primer, if you can use this primer, do that. It's $20. Primer is your first step. I'm not gonna do that because I am so sensitive and I break out to everything. But I am going to apply one of my favorite moisturizers is a hydrating gel. This is the most creamiest, just satin. So it gives you that dewy, but it gives it something to adhere to, and it actually works as like a primer, but gives you moisture. And I have dry skin. If you have oily skin, this is a great product too. But I have dry skin, but I'm still gonna use this because it gives me a gel. It gives me a barrier, so my foundation isn't creasing or settling into my pores. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that and just apply it all over. I love this gel. So if you don't know much about Mary Kay, I have been in Mary Kay for 12 years. I'm a Cadillac sales director. We're earning, I don't even know what number it is, like maybe 6. Our 16th Cadillac, and in September, and they come out with a Camaro, and I like really almost was like, I'm gonna take a Camaro. I want to go fast, but I know and when I had a car before, it was a CTS Cadillac that I got a couple speeding tickets. And so that's not always, you know, a great thing. So I know if I got a Camaro, I'd probably be in trouble. So even though I want it, I was like, I better just finish the Cadillac, and that's the more grown-up thing to do. So we do earn cars in Mary Kay. And the brush that I use, actually, I like to put it on with a brush because if I touch my skin, I'm just like allergic to everything. So I just try not to. I just ate some pistachio nuts. Now I don't want to put my hands all over my face. I didn't wash them before, but I love this brush. It is our liquid foundation brush, and I use it for everything. So really just dabbing some moisturizer all over. It makes me feel good, so I'm not touching my face. I touch my face all the time, so I have to move past that. Amanda's gonna kill me again because she helps us create the Google Doc. She's becoming a sales director, and so she really pulls her weight in all of our videos and the things that we do. We couldn't do it without her. So she always asks me my product list, and I give her a product list, and then I'm always like, oh, I want to add something else. So I want to tell you a little bit about this product, which is in our Naturally line. But because I have dry skin, I love to just, like, my nose gets like eczema, and it's so dry throughout the day. So sometimes I'll take this and put it on my nose, a little bit on my lips. So for extra hydration, if you have dry skin or you just have areas that are red or dry, I like to put this, just the little moisturizing stick on the areas that I need moisture before I add my foundation. So just to give you a little bit about that. So I know I've talked a lot about dry skin. What I want to tell you, if you have oily skin, you should opt for something which has a more matte skin, more matte wear for you. So I'm going to apply the Luminous Wear tonight. But if you have oily skin, you would do better with maybe doing an oil mattifier with a primer and then a matte wear foundation. So it goes on like a cream, but it dries like a powder. And if you have more dull, kind of dry skin like myself, thank you, Lisa. I love Lucy. My niece said hello while I was on the video. She's watching with her grandma. But if you have more dry skin, you want to opt for something that's going to enhance your face and enhance your complexion. And for me, I've always probably had dry skin my whole entire life, and I've always used tons and tons of moisturizer. So I'm going to use more of the Luminous foundation, but just know that we're just setting our face up with the primers and the moisturizers, so we reduce transfer in our mask because everybody's wearing them these days. So applying foundation and concealer is going to be our next step. It depends upon your product that decides on what you should apply first. So if you're using a liquid foundation, you can apply concealer or under eye corrector at the end if you need that. If you are using more of a dry or powder foundation, you want to do your concealer first. So I am using a liquid foundation. So I'm actually going to first, I love our under eye corrector. And so I'm going to start with that because it is one of my favorite. And I just take it and dab under the eyes. This cancels out any blues and red tones. It makes an amazing difference. And this product is actually 16. And that is our under eye correct. And so I'm going to use, I've dampened my beauty sponge. And so I'm actually going to blend the under eye corrector in under my eyes. This is our beauty blender. I love it. I think it's maybe $12. Do not hold me accountable to that price. I just pull them out of my inventory, so I really never know what the price is. And this is our beauty blender. I wash this every time. I have sensitive skin. We have a brush cleaner that's $10. I do know the price on that. I do wash my brushes all the time. So next, these are all my pockets in my bag. So this roll-up bag is amazing. Everybody needs at least two. I'm gonna use kind of the green stick. I have a little bit of a leftover breakout here. I always get red on my chin in this area. So I'm gonna kind of tone that out. This green color stick, I definitely is one of my new favorite, and it just cancels out red tones. So I did apply that before my foundation, and I'm just gonna kind of blend it in with my beauty blender before I apply my foundation. I always get red and irritated around my chin area. So I always try to at least use a thicker foundation or reapply, because our foundations are, you can apply it and you can apply it again. It definitely is buildable. But this is my next favorite. This is our foundation blender. It is amazing. It just, love it. I'm gonna use, actually tonight, I'm gonna use beige in 190. The pink is more for luminous, purple is for a combination to Oli. When I'm spray tan, I feel like I need the 190. I can sometimes pull off the beige 150 luminous. But I start at the inner corner of my nose. I try to pull my hair back some so that we could see. And then I'd kind of do circular downward motions. The cells on your face lay like shingles on a roof. So you want to work more of in a circular downward motion. And you also have hair on your face. So you never want to go up with that applicator, because then you're forcing that makeup into your pores. And you're forcing that hair up as well. So you're not getting a more of an airbrushed look. So I am going all over. And even on my forehead, I kind of start in the middle and work over and down, kind of in the circular motions. This is kind of hard to see on camera doing your makeup. Anybody have any questions? You can post questions. I can kind of see them as I'm going so far. But this is my favorite brush that Mary Kay has come out with so far, I have to say. And a lot of times I kind of would use two foundations, a lighter one or a concealer to contour with, but I just want to cover all over first. All my imperfections. I'm going from like, I need a date after this, but then I have to go out and wear my mask and not be cute. crazy times, but at least we can be home and we can learn the best tips and tricks about our makeup. Okay, so I feel like it's all applied. And one thing that I do, this is the brush, the liquid foundation brush that I actually use to put on my moisturizer. A lot of times if I feel like it's not blended as well, I'll kind of blend it down on my neck just to make sure everything is just even. Because the key to a perfect look or foundation is blending. Blending is definitely the key to a great look. Okay, I feel like I'm all blended. All blended, everyone? All right, so it's time that we did our foundation. Concealer was the step that we just finished. I didn't do a concealer. I did the correcting stick and under eye corrector. I don't have any redness or anything that I really needed to conceal, like a pimple. So I'm not gonna, if I was going to use a concealer, sometimes when I'm defining my brows, I'll use the Perfect concealer. I would go probably either a light beige or a deep ivory. This one's a light beige. So you always want to go 1 to 2 shades lighter of your skin tone with a concealer. And a lot of times I use concealers to highlight my brows. And so it's time now to kind of highlight the eyes. Make sure when your eye makeup, you don't want it to fall out. So sometimes I would use, if I'm doing a lot of eyes or a smoky eye, I would do my eyes first and then my foundation. But since I'm doing more of a subtle eye look, I'm just going to do, I did my foundation first and now I want to highlight the eye. And so I don't want to create a lot of fallout if I was doing a heavy eye look. So I want to apply the eyeshadow and highlighter to my eyes. But first, like I said, you always want to prep and prime your skin before you apply shadow. You want to give something for it to adhere to so it doesn't transfer or crease throughout the day. So I'm going to put up my foundation. And the next step, these pockets pull off. They are so fabulous. And that is not the thing that I wanted. Oh, I created me a little compact. This is my compact, but I put some stickers on it today. I made it fabulous. These are our Compact Pro. And I've filled it with all kinds of different things that are my favorite. And I want the eye primer. So I want to prime my eye like I did the foundation primer before. And I love this Mary Kay Crease Brush eye primer. It's a clear substance. It's white. We have a lot of different cream eye colors, but it's because I just want to highlight the eye, I want to just go with more of a clear white. So when I'm priming the eye, I'm just going to put it on both lids, and I'm going to work from my crease down because your crease is usually what it creases your makeup if you have any eye colors on. So I'm actually just going to apply that. And then I want to use Crystalline, which is a shimmer white color. I use it a lot of times and that is, you can see what I use the most. Crystalline is a shimmer white color, and I'm actually going to use our all over shadow brush, which has a flat head. So I just want to highlight the inner corner, and I'm just going to kind of pull it all the way up to my crease because I'm not creating anything dramatic. I just want to create a little bit of a highlight for my eye to give it a little bit of pop. Cool? Cool. We're good. All right. So applying the eyeshadow, highlight it, and then applying a little bit of eyeliner. If you're going to apply eyeliner, I usually do a liquid. I do it right on the outer corners, on the outside, up into Depending on what you want to achieve, if you're going on a date night, I would do a lot more eyeliner, but because I'm just wanting kind of like an everyday look, I'm just going to apply a little bit of eyeliner on the outer corners just to give my eyes a little bit of pop. And I like either the liquid eyeliner pen or the gel. Those are both two of my favorite products. And then, depending on your choice and events, do that however you want to. And then the next step is our lash primer. Just remember, on this roll-up bag, the pockets pull off. It's hanging. You can have one in every room, but the lash primer is just gonna prime. It volumizes, it conditions. Just like you condition your hair, this is like conditioning your eyelashes so that it gets more volume. And because as you age, your eyelashes fall out, and it takes a long time to grow them back. So what you want to do is definitely condition them. So, because if you're using a lot of mascara, it can be drying. So this is really gonna volumize. I like to do my eye primer first, just so I can see my eyelashes because they're blonde. And then I'm going to use my eyelash curler to curl them. You're gonna see like a dramatic difference in my lashes because they are blonde. And so eyelash curler, we also sell those. I think they're around 12 bucks. But your consultant can send you the e-catalog to get all the prices for all the products. The lash primer too, I'll wear it by itself. If I'm going to the beach and want to look like I still have a little bit of mascara on, but I don't want my mascara running, I'll put on the lash primer just to give me a little bit of color and volume. But this, I'm using our new Love Lash Panorama. And this product, the brush has 3 different dynamic sides that really help with giving the lashes, getting into the root of the lashes and giving them more length and volume. Just so you guys know, doing your makeup on camera is way more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. It's hard to see. I posted this picture of a fish trying to put on mascara yesterday, and it was really funny, and that's how my face looks right now. Okay, so your lashes are done. So most of the time I will put on a few coats so that you can see, because I have blonde ones, but this brush really gets into the inner corners of your lashes. It's one of my favorites. But I use all the mascara, so I can't say I love one more than the other because I will put them all on at the same time. The luxuries of being a consultant. And they did extend the $30 e-kit. And so that gets you your consultant agreement and a website, a ProPay account where you process cards. And even if, I was looking at one of my customers today, and maybe she's on watching, but I was like, in the past, I think I wrote down her order, but since January, she's spent about $426 with me and hasn't signed up yet, but her and her family, they all wear Mary Kay, so I love her as a customer because I love making money, but I was just going to let her know, like, does she want to purchase it for 50% off from me and love me and keep supporting me, or does she want to order it on her own? So that's totally up to her. And so what we're going to do now is I applied the lash primer, the mascara that gives your eyelashes volume. The next we're going to do a little bit of cheek. Now that we're finished with the eyes, you should do a little bit of cheek color. We have a new cheek brush. Let me find my cheek brush. I cleaned all my brushes today and they all kind of look the same. So I'm going to apply a little bit of this. This is Wineberry. So I go from the hairline to the ball of my cheek with the cheek color. You want to start at your hairline and pull down. You never want to start at the ball of your cheek because that's where all the color ends up. And then, so I usually would, if you're going to do bronzer first. You want to suck in. I'm not going to do bronzer tonight because we're going to do basics to bronzer in a couple of weeks. So if you do bronzer, you want to do that first. It goes in a C shape, but I'm going to give you all the details for that in a couple of weeks. But I'm going to actually do a little bit of highlight. So I like to take my highlight right above my cheek color. Look at that. I see it popping. I put it right along my cheek color, and I kind of do a little bit of right at the ball of my cheek and circle it up. But do you see it? And sometimes if I get a little too, if I've done a little too much, I'm going to take a little bit of pressed powder and blend it in. But my highlight is popping. I'm all about this highlight and cheek color. But depending on where you're going is actually how you want to, you go real dark for a date night. Depending on what I'm wearing, I would do a darker cheek, lighter cheek. I tend to go with a bolder cheek just because I love cheek color. It's just I feel like my outfit and face is not complete without a cheek. It's not complete without some cheek, girls, and a little bit of highlighter. And you can take your highlighter right around here to give you more highlight. So, everybody see my cheek and highlights? Okay, so that's your cheek and highlight. If your lips are dry, I am obsessed with this. We're almost done. Satin Lips, one of my favorite products. I scrub my lips. I'm going to scrub them. You want to scrub. It takes off all the dead skin because a lot of times people are using all these stains and things, a lot of lip primers, so our lips tend to get dry and chappy. So you don't want that in your when you're wearing a lip color. You want very smooth, just kissable lips. So I've scrubbed. And make sure that you have hydration. Our balm hydrates up to 10 to 12 hours. And it is, the set is 22. So that is our set, and 12 a piece. So I always apply, I'll scrub once or twice a week, apply the balm every single night because it hydrates 10 to 12 hours. One of my favorite products of all times. And then I am going to apply Wild About Pink. A lot of times I wear a lip liner, and we're going to do more with lips and things like that. But this is, I love the True Dimensions line. It's Wild About Pink. It goes on like a lipstick, but it feels like a gloss. So Wild About Pink is one of my favorites. Just a touch up. So it gives you, it's not too bright, but it goes great with my blue. And so that is Wild About Pink, True Dimension. So you want to highlight the eyes, you want to highlight the lips, you want to add some color to the lips. A lot of people are like, I don't wear lipstick. Even if it's a pH balm that's changing your lip color for you and giving you a natural look, everyone if you're over 30, you need color on your lips. As we age, everything kind of blends and gets all to one tone. So giving your lips something to pop. It doesn't have to be bright. It doesn't have to be bold, but putting something on your lips so they're not dry. And the right shade makes a huge difference. And so now that we're done, that's kind of like step by step everything. I'm done with my makeup. One thing that I did not do to my brows that I wanted to, it's really hard to see just doing it from the camera, is our brow tint. This, oh my gosh, she is amazing. I do the dark blonde on my eyes, or on my eyebrows. That was one product I did, but you can just wear it by itself and it gives you, look how much dimension it just adds to my brows. Just a swipe, but you have to wipe off. You don't want to get too much on there, but this is an amazing product. So that is step by step how to apply your makeup perfectly.